Warning! The following scenes involve dangerous activities. If you're exploring the wilderness, always carry a personal locator beacon and let someone know your trip intentions. In Kosciuszko National Park, you can hire a free personal locator beacon from New South Wales National Parks and Wildlife Service. More information in the description. Along the Snowy Mountain Highway just near Taubingo is your popular stop called Blackberry Lookout. I've stopped here many times over the years and admired the beautiful views, but I've always wondered why you can't really see a good shot of Blackberry, and it's always inspired me to want to take a closer look. However, there's no marked trails out here, and when I looked online I could hardly find any information at all. So it's always felt a little bit out of reach. However, I recently got my phone fixed and now I've got GPS, and this is the first place I thought I'd come. After my last video ranting about fire trails, I've been craving a real wild adventure. No marked paths, just pure untamed wilderness. With nothing to guide me, I mapped out what I hoped would be the best route and identified a few key hazards: steep cliff faces and a river crossing. One obstacle I can't really plan for is also the bush regeneration. We're just gonna have to get out there and see what it's like.
The bush looks somewhat traversable, but it also looks like it might be very difficult. But thankfully this little stockpile zone is right near where I want to start the bush bash from, so that's very convenient. I was worried I was going to have to walk along the road for a kilometre or so, but it's right there. Still haven't fully committed to this this adventure because I don't know if it's possible. So if I decide to bail, you probably will not see this. And we have crossed over successfully. Haven't been able to do anything like this in a while because my phone's been broken, so I've had no GPS telling me where I'm going, but now I go get lost in the bush. How nice. But we're going pretty slow and it is pretty thick and tricky, but very fun. And yeah, quite satisfying when you finally find like a nice track like this. But it's like actually a little bit passable for a bit. Feels really nice.
It had been fairly easy for the most part walking up to this point. I'd walked about 500 meters or so down the hill, got my first glimpse of Blackberry. Now this is a proper lookout. At this point I was fully committed to reaching my goal, but it was also a little bit daunting to see just how far away it was and how much tree and bush was in between us.
Oh, this part's a cakewalk. This walk's been a lot better than I was expecting. I was expecting the worst but hoping for the best, and we got somewhere in between, I think. Oh, I spoke slightly too soon because now the bush is thickening up again. And it's quite spiky, these plants. Scratching me up real bad. Oh, this is beautiful. Just gonna rest here for a little bit and enjoy the view before continuing on. We've only been out here in the bush for an hour, so making a pretty good time. Yeah, it's going great. Woo! The trickiest part's in front of us now. We just got to get down, all the way down and cross the creek down there. Should do it over that side somewhere and hopefully up there. Looks pretty bushy from here, but I'm hoping it's fairly just rocky and not too bushy, but honestly though, even just hiking to here would be totally worth it. Fairly easy, just about a kilometre to get here through the bush. Fairly open, a little bit overgrown in some spots, but not too impossible. Looking forward to getting down to that creek. Hopefully it's real nice. I might even take a swim or have a little dip. Or maybe I'll save it for tomorrow, we'll see. Because we still got to climb up that thing, which doesn't look too bad, but it's hard to really tell once we're up to it, so let's get going. Get me out of this fucking mess, man. What the hell am I doing in here, bro? Oh, this is hard work. Sweating like crazy. Oh, we've made it close enough to the creek, but now there's freaking blackberries everywhere. Wow, that sucks. As if all these spiky other plants weren't bad enough. At least I was being able to traverse past them. The blackberries though, you know, you can't really do shit with them. Fuck, I'm just gonna have to go through these blackberries. Oh, ah, ow. Oh, falling into blackberries. Don't recommend that at all. That's painful. Okay, well that's a lot steeper than I thought. This is the only real challenge I've had so far. It's been fairly easy. Maybe I can go around. Oh, I seem to find a way around all the blackberries here. Down to this dried out creek bed, which is a lot more passable. So thank goodness for that. I think I'll go around this way. It smells like something's dead around here, but I haven't seen anything. Or is it this way actually? Yes, I think this way is calling to me. Lots of blackberries though. Ow. Wrapping around my waist. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. What a spot. What a spot. It looks like the way across. Seems like there is a bit of a track out here. How beautiful. So nice and refreshing.
I was a little bit low on time though, so I didn't stop for a dip. Decided just to continue on to try and make it as high as I could.
Wonder if there's a little bit of a cascade down there. I will check that out on the way back, I'm thinking. Oh yeah, it's gonna look great up there. Woo! Oh, that part was so sketchy. It was just overgrown and really scratchy on my arms, but making it. Woo!
All the scratches are easily worth it with these gorgeous views. Looking back at where I started up at the highway.
Wow, it's hard to describe how satisfying it is to be able to walk. Just to walk without having to scratch past bushes and everything. Granted, my legs are still kind of going through it, but this is a breeze compared to what I've been through. And truly a stunning and special spot this really is. Wow. Wow. I was glad I listened to the call to come out here. I was nearly scared off, I'll be honest, with the weather being so hot and just bushwhacking but I don't know, my intuition was like, get your ass out here, boy. Well, well, well. I was really hoping to make it to the top of Blackberry Mountain over there, but I think I'm just gonna call it here. This is a pretty good spot to enjoy the sunset up here, I'm thinking. Because then I can have a view. I can take a look at that view as the sunset's coming in, so that'd be nice. And I'll probably be able to set up my hammock over in those trees. So this will do me.
While researching the area, I came across a lot of geological info that I didn't really understand, but after being out here, it started to make more sense. The rock in this area is a skarn rock, formed when hot fluids from magma, rich in chemicals like calcium, iron and silicon, react with limestone, creating minerals like quartz, hematite, epidote, and plenty more. As you can see, the rocks out here are just amazing with plenty of different colours and awesome shapes. This right here is easily the highlight. Look how incredible this is. I believe these are hematite crystals and quartz mixed in. I'll be honest, I'm a little conflicted whether I should keep all of this private and not tell anyone, since there's so little information online, but then another part of me thinks that it's so valuable to be able to share this with people, and it's just crazy to me that there's still places like this that have like minimal documentation. So I don't want to gatekeep. I think it's valuable being able to share this with people, but I understand the risk that places like this can get ruined by people just coming out here with zero respect. But at least this place is fairly difficult to get to, so it does have a fair few safety barriers protecting it. I'm curious what you guys think, to be honest. Let me know. But after setting up the camp and admiring all the rocks, all that was left to do now was enjoy the gorgeous sunset. And what a gorgeous sunset it really was. Coincidentally, I actually ended up being out here on a full moon. Now, I don't know if you believe in all that crystal magic woohoo, but being on top of what is basically a crystal mountain during a full moon really had me feeling like a wizard. I was pondering the meaning of life and all of that.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang, we love casting spells. This song is sponsored by the Shadow Government.
Nah, but I am looking for sponsorship, so if there are any shadow governments looking, let me know.
Good morning. So good. Absolutely amazing night last night. It was pretty much full moon. Super bright. Oh, so spectacular. Seeing all of these mountains here lit up in the moonlight. Pretty special. Really enjoyed it. And I got a pretty good sleep last night. It was a little bit cold because I didn't bring my sleeping bag. I figured it was going to be way too hot. So I was like, try and cut down on weight. So, big regret there because, yeah, I much rather would have slept nice and warm. But, oh well, it's going to be hot as today. So I'll be missing the cold soon enough. Oh well, I've left my hammock set up just to cut down on weight since we're going to come back here anyway, so it should be nice and easy up to the top. At least from here I can sort of see the track I'm going to try and take. I'm going to go down there and try and scoot around the right side of the trees and then up that slope. Should be exciting. I mean, it looks ferocious to be sure. Looking forward to it. Oh no, it looks like we've reached the end of the rocks and now we're into the scrub, which is a bit bigger than I was hoping. I was hoping it was going to be knee height again, but it's looking like a proper mission to the top. Actually, it's a bit better up here. And we can use this log. Gotta love choose your own adventure. Oh yeah, look at this. Boom! That's a nice clear opening to get some good progress, and then after it looks terrible. This sucks. These spiky, I think they're spiky paper barks. Yikes, these things hurt. And I don't know how much more it is I gotta bash my way through, but we're getting there one step at a time. Ouch.
How foolish of me, those are not spiky paper bark, they're most likely dagger wattle.
I want to get down to that rock, I reckon, because this bush is beating my ass. Oh my goodness, I'm getting so scraped up. We're getting there. All of that bush successfully traversed. The final ascent, looking pretty good. It's looking lots of rocky and scrambling to the top. Maybe a little bit of bush bashing, but hopefully it's, yeah, not too bad.
You can hear the fear in my voice, because I'm not bashing the bush was bashing me.
Oh, it's a good climb to get up here. Pretty close to the top. Awesome.
It definitely took a lot of huffing and puffing, but eventually I was at the top. This might be one of my favourite parts where I can finally see over the other side of what I've been climbing. Such a beautiful and vast expanse of native bush that's mostly been untouched. The immersion is only slightly ruined by the sound of the highway, but it's all worth it for such a good view. I'm such a sucker for a gorgeous view like this. And I'm so surprised that this has been here and I've lived near it nearly my whole life. And while I've just been living my life, to my surprise, there's actually been a book up here this whole time. And it's in pretty good condition for its age. It gives a good indication of how busy the track is as well, because there was only 2 entries in all of 2024. I wish I could properly identify this bird, but I think it was a peregrine falcon.
Here we go. Here's the bush. A lot of bush to get back to my hammock where I can pack it up. I can see it from here. And then we descend down to the creek, have a little swim and a refresh before climbing back up to the car. Should be pretty good. Not looking forward to the bush bashing part. Looking forward to the swim and getting back to the car. So yeah. Woo woo. Not bad, not bad. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I think it's a bit trickier going down than climbing up sketchy stuff like this. It's bloody cooking. I'm going to be so cooked by the time I make it back to the hammock.
Thankfully, at least there was a breeze there to keep me cool. Definitely made it a lot easier. Also got a good chance to take a look at some more beautiful rocks on the way down. Look at just the striking contrast between all the colours of the rocks up here.
Doing so much better returning back. It's been a lot easier. Facing this waist height shrub, it's easy to pass through rather than the bloody stuff that's way above me and hard to get past. So it's nice. Feeling good, making great time back. It's going fast. I did not manage to avoid the bush bash. Hope I'm going the right way. I can't really see anymore.
It really just doesn't come across on video just how sharp and pointy these plants are. And every time I brush past them like this, they're just scratching me up, which then the sweat goes in and it just starts burning, and it's a different type of pain.
Whew, I think we actually avoided a lot of the bush bashing, thankfully. Wish it was that easy going up, but thankfully it was going down.
And after taking in the last glimpse of blackberry, I continued along, packed up what was left of my hammock, and then we continued along towards the creek. Looking out on a gap like this, I can't help but imagine how cool it would be to highline across something like this, you know? But after dreaming about ziplining and stuff, I continued along.
Well, I've definitely gone the wrong way down here because this is way harder than it was coming up. Bloody hell. Well, unfortunately, I think I'm going to save the waterfall for another day. It's just a bit too far down there to get down and then come back up. Oh, it does look gorgeous though. Oh, I made it to the creek after fighting my way through blackberries. I'm exhausted. Time for a little dip. Ow. Woo! Woohoo! Oh, that's so refreshing. Wow, what a refreshing little dip that was. Perfect. Having a good dip, enjoying some blackberries and feeling fresh. Chucked on my shirt from yesterday because I didn't have any other clean ones, and yep, ready to hit this ascent. I'm slowing down, getting really close now, but whew, I've run out of energy. So these last few hundred meters are just absolutely diabolical. I'm so sick of it. Get me out of this trap.
But eventually, after much blood, sweat and tears, we finally made it, and the rest is history.
Yeah.